Hello, it's Helen Griffin here and thank you for joining me today. So today it's just a quick instructional video on how to construct the exploding box die. So I have all my dies here and I'll be just showing you a simple construction on how to do it, and there will be other videos available soon on other things that you can do with it. So let's go straight to the dies. So this large one here, this is the largest one. This is the box lid for the main box. You need to cut one of those. Now these two dies here, these are the internal boxes, so I have one here just to show you. I've done a bit of preparation beforehand, so you need to cut 4 of these, this is the base, and 4 of these, this is the lid. And then we have our side pieces here. So there are 2 options when you make this larger box. You can either have it as a box, so you need this panel here and this panel here, or to create an exploding box, we trim off this side panel here and we keep this one here, so our box could open up. Right, so let's move all of these aside, and you're going to need to cut an extra piece. It's a die that's not included in the kit, but it's such a simple shape. It measures 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and in the description box down below I'll have that in centimetres as well. So just cut that out. That's going to be the base of the box. So I've got all of my pieces cut out here, and I've prepped 3 of the boxes. So I'll move those aside. So I have my lid, my base piece for one of these boxes here. So I've got 3 already, so I'm just going to have one of those to put together, and that's the lid for it. And then I have 3 sides that I've already trimmed off the sides. So I'm just going to grab my scissors. I'm just going to trim this off here. It's better to trim it before folding the score lines. There we go, just trim that off. And then we can fold that, so just like that. So we'll do that for the rest of them in a moment. So let's get this box put together first. So I'm going to make another one of these. So let's get all of our score lines folded. You can use a bone folder as well. And I'm going to use some wet glue. You can use double-sided tape. You can use a tape runner if it's extra strong. I'm going to use wet glue. This is Cosmic Shimmer and it dries super fast, so you're not standing there for ages holding your project together. It dries completely clear and it's not sticky either, so this glue is absolutely perfect for your 3D constructions. So this is super easy to put together. Okay, so I'm folding these flaps in, and I don't want any of the flap at the top there showing like that. I want all of that hidden. So make sure it's in line with that top line there. Okay, so that's the base done. So really, you can just have these boxes as individual boxes. You don't have to use them as part of the thing. So there's so many different options here on how you can use your boxes. So this is the lid. Just going to add a bit of glue to each end here as well. And then we just do exactly the same as we did before. So there is another option. I've used pattern paper to make the lids, but you can make them out of cardstock and mat them with some pattern paper as well. So there's loads of options there as well. So let's get this popped on. There we go. So we have 4 of our boxes. So let's get on with the main construction. So we're going back to our piece of square, which is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and then we have our side pieces here. So I'm just going to quickly fold these in. Like I said before, if you have the side flap still on there, cut that off if you want to have an exploding box, or if you just want an ordinary gift box, leave the flap on there and then glue it all together. Okay, so let's just add some glue onto these flaps here. Double-sided tape or red tape would be absolutely perfect for this. Red tape is super strong. So I'm just going to fold that down there. I'm just going to add that onto this piece here so that both lines are matching and lined up, and I'm not going to worry about any glue coming out the edges because it dries completely completely clear and non-shiny. Try to say shiny and clear in the same word. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Right, so let's press that down. There's our first one done. So let's get all of the others added. Exactly the same. Okay, so here's our last one. Just need to move that one up a bit. There we go. My glue's drying left, right and centre here, so let's wipe away all the excess bits. Okay, so that's our exploding base done. So all we've got to do now is add these boxes. So they all have to be in the same orientation. So they all have to be on the left hand side or the right hand side. Just like so. Or otherwise, if you have one here and one there, it's not going to close. So you can have them all on the left or all on the right. So I'm just going to stick to the left because that's what I always do out of habit. So what we're going to do is add our box so that it's flush with this outside corner here, and we don't want any of this box here touching the score line because we want it to be able to fold inwards. So as you can see there, it's not on the score line at all. There's space there for it to move about. If we cover the score line, your box is going to have trouble folding up. So sticking to the left hand side again. Okay, so now you're ready to fill your boxes with treats. These have been designed so that 4 Ferrero Rocher fit perfectly inside each box, or you can fill it with other little sweets or trinkets and things like that for Christmas or birthdays. This one's going to be a Christmas box. So everything's stuck down now. Let's pretend we have some sweets in there. And that all folds up, and I just love the way that it's like a pinwheel sort of effect on the centre. So all we need to do now is our lid. So I folded everything in already, so let's get that glued. As you can see, I'm not using a huge amount of glue, but I am going very close to the crease here because that's going to make us a nice neat corner with nothing coming away. Again, I'm using the same method here of making sure that none of this edge here is showing. I want all of that hidden. I probably didn't put enough glue on that one. Let's add some more. Okay, so that's our lid done. Press all your corners in. Again, you can make this lid out of patterned paper as well. And because this has all been measured out and die cut for you, there's no moment of truth moment where you're wondering whether your lid's going to fit. It's going to fit. So that's our completed box. Absolutely perfectly done. Open that up. Imagine that, open that as a present. Right, so that's the exploding box die, and thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.